Everybody, guess what? We're live this afternoon. We have Tennessee Box Beans with us. You saw the story on our website last week. We talked about this local artist in Kenny Bowling received national recognition. There he is, the man in person. What kind of in person? Virtually in person. Kenny, congratulations on your award.
Thank you.
I think the event was held via Zoom last week, right?
It was, yeah. We actually had a great time. We came together as a company, watched it in our conference room, had cupcakes. It was fun.
So tell me about Tennessee Box Beams. You're located in Franklin. I don't think many people realize what you guys do.
Yeah, so what we do is we create a beam in place of a solid timber. So if you wanted beams in your homes to make it a prettier place, but you couldn't afford solid timbers or you didn't want the extra weight on your house, we create a beam out of cedar. And so here's a picture of a joint that we use.
Okay.
So that there's no seam. And this is kind of a little sample of the final product here. So it's just a cedar, really lightweight, so that it's easier to install. And we can finish them here. You can kind of see some of the different finishes we have so that it looks any way you want it to be, more modern or more rustic, and kind of go different directions.
Also, you guys have been featured on HGTV. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so I don't know how I get myself in these situations. But,
good, man. That's all that you just good.
Yeah. So yeah, we did some beams for one of the local shows. I don't think I'm allowed to say who, but anyways, it was just a cool experience, and we built a great relationship, and they decided they wanted to come down and actually film the process of getting the beams here on the showroom. And it was actually really fun. It was a cool experience getting to see how it's done behind the scenes and just kind of be a part of one of the episodes. It was really a cool experience.
So tell me about, because beams are kind of popular right now in homes. You're seeing them a lot right now. What is the benefit of doing this? I know you mentioned the weight on your home, but like if you're maybe remodeling, is this a little bit easier to put up in your home instead of like bringing in a big, giant, heavy wood beam?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so much work. I mean, a 20-foot solid timber weighs a crazy amount of weight. And so it takes either a lot of people or machines to get it on your ceiling. And you have to, a lot of times, kind of re-engineer your house to be able to hold that weight so it doesn't hurt the integrity of your home. So that's one of the reasons we create a hollow box beam. The other reason we exist is a builder actually, they've been building box beams for a very long time, but they typically just do a 45-degree angle. And so you can see a seam and tell that it's just 3 pieces of wood. So by using the unique lock miter joint that we do, by making them in our shop, it creates no seams. And then over time, when the wood moves with temperature and moisture, the seam won't separate. So it's just an easy way to change the look of your home, and it only takes a couple of beams and just makes them a lot, kind of a warmer feel,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you get started in doing this or creating this?
So Bill was here before I was, and
what he means is I'm a lot older than he is. You're a lot longer.
Yeah, way longer. Well, yeah. So the builder that I was referring to earlier, he came to our business. He was friends with Bill and a couple others that worked for us. I'll kind of let Bill share a little bit about that story.
Yeah, Tennessee Box Beams is part of a large organization called Narrowgate Foundation, or Narrowgate Artisans. So we say Tennessee Box Beams are crafted by Narrowgate artisans. Narrowgate really exists to help young men who don't necessarily immediately thrive in young adulthood figure out a different entry point, like Kenny. Now, obviously, he was just named one of the best 40 woodworkers in all of America under the age of 40.
That's amazing.
Who's thriving. He's not only that, he's also the business manager for Tennessee Box Beams and has basically built this company on his own shoulders. So he's got a crew of 5 or 6 guys out in the wood shop that are manufacturing these beams constantly. He's managing a sales force and moving this company forward. This is a guy who has all the potential in the world to thrive. Narrowgate seeks those guys in North America and then gives them alternative entry points into the market or into an education space or into some kind of a service where they can actually find their voice, vocation. They can find that voice to society and then live it out in a way that makes society better. So one of the elements that we use at Narrowgate to watch that transformation happen is woodworking. We train our students in woodworking. Kenny actually worked in a cabinet shop way before he ever came to Narrowgate. So we already had some proven aptitudes and skills. He just took those and applied them to a brilliant idea, a way to solve a common home decoration problem, and the whole thing exploded. We had a builder come in and say, we're putting box beams up, they're gapping in the corners, because anybody who lives in Middle Tennessee knows on days like this, the humidity is about 9,060%.
Exactly.
Wood responds to water, so it swells and dries and swells and dries. And within 6 months, those 3 pieces of wood you put together, they're split in the corners. They look cheap and terrible. Kenny's product doesn't split ever. Like this one's been up here for over a year and the corners are perfect on it. It never comes apart. That kind of innovation, that kind of creativity, that kind of pure inspiration is exactly what garnered him the prize 40 under 40 in North America by the Woodworking Network. So Tennessee Box Beams, Narrowgate Artisans, is just an ongoing expression of this larger organization called Narrowgate Foundation.
That's amazing. And you guys also make guitars. We talked to you guys a few weeks ago about that as well.
Easy. We don't manufacture guitars. We actually hired Grant Batson a few years back. He joined our team as the director of artisan education. And Grant and his brother Corey started Batson Guitars here locally. And since we've got this 9,000 square foot training wood shop south of here, this is actually our manufacturing facility here in Williamson County. We have a training facility in another county just south of here. He actually instructs in that training facility, and we offer a guitar making class. So if anybody's interested in an acoustic guitar, you go to narrowgate.org and you'll see the link for it there, and you can sign up and come out and build an acoustic guitar. We don't manufacture them. We just teach a class on how to do it.
Gotcha. All right. Well, you guys do great work. Kenny, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Take a bow. I think you should take a bow. Don't you?
Exactly. Yes. I wish I had something to give you. Thank you so much. Tell everybody where they can find more information, because I feel like those box beams people are going to be wanting those. Yeah. Like we're all sitting at home looking at projects to do right now.
There you go.
Well, yeah, thanks for asking. So we're based in Franklin, Tennessee. You can find us on our website, tmboxbeams.com. You can email me at kenny@tmboxbeams.com. And I think
that's about it.
That's about it, yeah.
So you do have a showroom. Let me ask real quick before we go. You have a showroom. Can people come by and take a look at them and see them in person?
Yeah, absolutely. It is open to the public. You can come in. I would recommend trying to set up an appointment. Otherwise, I may or may not be here to help. We have another sales guy named Charlie. He would be able to help as well. So just give us a call. We'd love to have anyone out at any time.
All right.
In our business hours, of course.
It looks amazing. I love the way they look, and you guys are doing great work there. Thank you, Bill, for telling us about Narrowgate again.
Thanks for making time for us.
All right. Bye, everybody. See you guys soon.
Bye. See ya.